Hey, look, it's me again, back with the old end of week editorial. That's what they're called, right? What's going on with the camera? What's going on with this camera? What's going on with the camera? Oh, for God's sake, this is such a mess. Oh my God, I hope Rosie doesn't find out about this or I'll be stuck cleaning the proper shelf again. This is just like in video games when everything goes wrong at the start.
For something we all love doing so much, it is kinda weird how often we're plunged into misery as soon as we load a game up. There seems to be a list of cursed templates to start off our adventure, designed to break us down before we build ourselves up again over the course of the game, smacking us square in the face with death, disaster, or dire situations to overcome before we've even pulled on our chainmail robbed from a corpse and armed ourselves with a discarded rusty dagger. With so many ways games instantly throw us to the sharks, then let's sink our teeth into what bad things always happen at the start of a game.
To start us off, the old trick of taking away your powers so you gotta put the work in to be a big badass again is one of the most upsetting openings a game can offer. What do you mean I've gotta earn my Halloween powers back over the rest of the year?
You might get a little taste of the goodies to begin with as a tutorial, but the real opening is one where you're as weak and puny as your squishy human form holding the controller. If only we could really shoot bees out of our hands, eh? God of War 2, for example, does it with Kratos getting zapped by Zeus, dying, and then being saved, only to earn his godly powers back over the course of the game. And then God of War 3 does it with Kratos getting knocked off a mountain by Zeus, nearly dying, and then falling into the river Styx, which saps his godly powers that he needs to earn back over the course of the game.
You kinda get why Kratos is so angry after being reset so much.
Whether it's a little teaser of your ultimate form just to see what gameplay lies in wait, or a quick squash down to size after becoming too strong in a prior title, looking at you, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, having your oh so satisfying powers snatched from your fingertips is never a nice spot to be in.
Come on, Rob, just one bit of web, just one plastic spider.
No!
Please!
It's Christmas now.
How many times have you seen a bunch of characters just chilling, having a nice time, when their day is suddenly ruined thanks to an evil entity escaping their prison and causing havoc once again? Games are always doing this to us at the start. The big villain is freed from whatever flimsy prison they were trapped in, they haven't learnt their lesson, and they're being evil all over again. If not more evil, as they're quite annoyed about being locked away for so long. Most of the time, it's not even your fault. Like in Akami, where wannabe hero Susanoo approaches the sword keeping Orochi imprisoned, and instead of thinking, this sword looks mysterious, maybe it's sealing away an ancient demonic power and I should leave it alone, he just yanks it out of the ground. Thanks for that, Susanoo. What was the point of me wearing my orange coat today? Then there's Crash Bandicoot Warped, where part of the Cortex Vortex comes crashing down from space and lands coincidentally right where Uka Uka was being trapped for eons. Literally right on the front door. You couldn't have positioned it any better.
Free at last.
Either way, no matter how the big ancient evil escapes, it's always up to you to clean up the mess and either put them back in the naughty corner or destroy them.
Now, free once again, he must be stopped.
What gets you out of bed in the morning? For me, two things. Lightly buttered sourdough toast and the thought of causing immeasurable pain to all my enemies. Which might explain video games' classic motivational trick of destroying everything the protagonist holds dear right at the start. You know, something to provoke the revenge response, the narrative equivalent of a strict parent ripping off your bedsheets on a cold winter morning and yelling, "It's Monday! Get up, or you'll be late for school! I'm sick of having to tell you the same thing every day!" Sorry. Some old wounds there. RPGs are the main culprits here. Just look at poor Dart in The Legend of Dragoon. Not only is his actual hometown of Neat destroyed 18 years before the game even begins, his adopted hometown of Celes is then put to the torch in the opening cutscene. heartless Imperials, gutting every shop, house and farmstead before you've even had a chance to walk around them doing menial side quests. You might think that's a blessing, but what if I wanted to spend the first hour of The Legend of Dragoon delivering sacks of flour to the baker? At least Tales of Berseria permits you a good natter with the townsfolk before killing them all in a demon invasion, and then killing your brother, right in front of you, with the culprit being the man you thought was your friend and mentor. Yeah, thanks, games. I feel ready to start my day now.
Nothing can save him now.
There's nothing like loading up your game, getting settled in for a fantastical adventure through a world of imagination, only to get plonked into the middle of a dilapidated, quite frankly stinky prison instead. Ah, home sweet home.
Games just love the let's chuck you in a horrible little cave for a bit moment to really make you earn the beautiful environments later on. Of course, the most guilty party here is the Elder Scrolls, since Skyrim, but more specifically Oblivion, dump you into the thick of prisoner hell as soon as you get past the great opening song.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Then there's games like The Evil Within, thrusting you into the butcher basement of a sadist, or Dark Souls stepping in with the Undead Asylum, or Project Zero Maiden of Blackwater jolting you awake in an abandoned, flooded shrine. Even Bugsnax starts you off with your airship crashing in the midst of a terrible storm, forced to crawl through skeleton-laden caves until you're knocked down by a gigantic flying pizza.
Though maybe that's not entirely awful if the Grumpus had just had their mouth open at the time.
It's a 50-50 chance on whether you're going to get a wholesome introduction to the fair green lands of a beautiful little village, or be stuck underneath it in a gross undercroft full of sick and bugs. Lovely.
It's a lovely day, isn't it? The studio's nicely lit, Parappa's on the shelf looking lovely and clean, isn't he, Ash? Because you cleaned it very thoroughly, didn't you? And Dave is having fun behind the camera. What could possibly go wrong?
Plot twist, you're killed. How could a game put you in a more unfortunate situation than flat out killing you? Thought that Shepard was indestructible? No, they're dead. Think you're just an everyday man walking around town? No, you get stabbed in the back. Thought you were the great hero of Galamir? No, you got shot in the eye and fell at the first charge. And this is very true. When you die at the beginning of the game, there is usually a very good reason for it. Plot reasons, like the hero is accidentally brought back from the dead thanks to the evil sorcerer casting a spell on everything. Gameplay reasons, such as having to die to get a device to take you back in time to try and prevent your death. Or to give you an excuse to customize your character again, because why on earth does my Shepard have such pouty lips? So actually, dying at the start of a game isn't all that bad, I guess. If any of these happened to me when I died, I would definitely say, hey, this is cool. But that's just me.
Not that there's anything clever about shooting someone in the eye, sir. Oh, goodbye, sir.
You know when your parents teach you to swim and they're standing there in the pool and you're on the edge of the pool all scared and they're like, go on, jump in, it's okay, I'll catch you. And you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm not too sure about that. And you're all sort of scared of the water, but your parents are there sort of reassuring, like, go on, it'll be fine, I'll catch you. And so you muster up the courage and you jump. And they move out the way and you splash into the water and all the hot, stinging chlorine water goes up your nose and in your eyes and you get traumatized for life and then don't learn to swim for about 10 whole years. Yeah, games sometimes do that too, don't they? Chuck you in at the deep end, see if you sink or swim. Case in point, Uncharted 2 begins with Nathan Drake bloodied, bruised and trapped in a train car dangling over a cliff. I mean, in terms of actual difficulty, it's completely fine, but as a first glimpse into the perils of this particular adventure, hanging by a rusty pipe over yawning, snowy oblivion is one heck of a welcome. And then there are the games that do just make it really, really difficult straight away. Games like Demon's Souls with its Vanguard demon, or Bloodborne with that werewolf, both near impossible to kill with your level 1 newborn protagonist, and also a stinging reality check right out the blocks for anyone thinking they're just going to waltz through. The best example of the deep end, however, has to be Driver on PS1. That underground parking lot. That tutorial. My God. It's honestly the hardest thing in the entire game. Right at the beginning. Thanks, Driver.
God damn, you the man. We gonna need you.
For as often as it happens in video games, losing your memory to a dark spell of amnesia really is a big worry.
Whether that's the literal magic kind of amnesia spell or the good old-fashioned bonk on the head depends on how serious we're getting. But starting a game just as confused as your protagonist is all a part of the brain-boggling fun. Rediscover your past, relearn all your mad abilities, perhaps even reckon with the idea that sometimes it's better to not find out why your memories have been wiped. It's all fun and games, piecing your head back together. Am I right, guys?
I am Daniel.
It's become such a common theme to lose all your memories and sense of self at the beginning of a game that Disco Elysium takes it to the furthest extreme by making your playable character forget everything from their name to even the concept of money, allowing you to mould them like a soft glob of argumentative clay into whatever form you'd like. The cause of such intense amnesia? A bender so powerful it results in a nearly insurmountable hangover.
We've all been there.
I guess guys like Geralt of Rivia and poor old Daniel from The Dark Descent didn't just try ordering some chips and popping a Barocca then. And there you have it. We may have reached the end, but those are 7 bad things games always do to you at the start. What are your picks for ways games start you off on the wrong foot? Or hand, depending on how you use your controller at least. Let us know in the comments below. As always, this has been PlayStation Access. Don't forget to subscribe for more PlayStation goodness, and we'll see you again very soon. Thanks for watching.
PlayStation